Now, Seb, welcome.
Thank you.
To what degree do you say these numbers represent what you have been trying to achieve over the last year or so in the integration of these two businesses?
Well, we're obviously very pleased with the numbers. I think it's been a good half year. We're acutely aware in our business that Christmas is a massive time for us, and therefore we're effectively only about a quarter of the way through our years. Lots left to play for, but early days, but it's going well.
Yeah, I mentioned the revenue, like-for-like revenue up per 5%. You have been seeing some FX headwinds in some parts of your business.
Yes.
Explain a little bit more about this and the drag that's causing to these numbers.
Yes, it's very simple. In Norway, our Nordic business is operated out of Norway, and we report our profits in Norwegian kroner in Norway. There's been, over the last couple of years, 38% deflation in the Norwegian kroner versus the pound. And when we report our numbers in the UK, obviously it's in pounds. So it's a very simple translational issue.
And the Nordic business is an interesting one because you've just undertaken a big acquisition there, haven't you?
Little acquisition. So we one of the things that we're very excited about, and maybe we could talk about, is how we want to get to do much more service for people, much more repair, much more keeping stuff working. And we've just acquired a small repair business, the leading repair business in the Nordics, called Infocare.
And how is this going to be rolled out to the rest of the group, as you say, if you want to get into this area?
Well, we're already the biggest repairer in Europe. We have the biggest and most modern repair laboratory in our Newark facility, and we are visiting every year nearly 4 million homes to do deliveries, installations and repairs. So it's already a big business for us. We think we can really be winners in it, and we're going to roll out much wider ranges of services. We think that what people really want today is everything always working.
Moving you towards a bigger footprint is this joint venture with Sprint in the US. How is that going? What's the progress that's been made on that front?
Yes, it's early days, but it's going extraordinarily well. So we're very encouraged by it. We've seen, not only have we seen conversion rates and sales exceeding our targets and exceeding those of the sort of regular Sprint stores, but also, and I think almost more importantly, we've seen Net Promoter Score, our customer satisfaction numbers, significantly higher than the peer group. So that, I think, bodes well that we can really make a difference in that market for Sprint.
And how are you going to integrate this into the whole of the group? How is it going to work together with the rest of the business?
Well, we have a division whose job it is to take our intellectual property and take our know-how and actually roll it out to help other people do better, particularly in selling mobile devices to customers. And this deal is part of that Connected World Services division.
In amongst the headlines that you released with the interims was that Lord Livingston is coming onto the board as deputy chairman.
Yes.
Straight from his previous job, of course, as trade minister.
Yes.
What is he going to bring to the business? I mean, his CV reads very well, including, of course, the top job
yes.
at BT, amongst others.
Well, and he was here, of course, at Dixons.
So what's he bring to the enlarged group?
Well, as we move more into thinking about what do we want to do in telecoms, as we develop our MVNO, as we develop our business services business as CWS, Ian obviously has fantastic experience in all of those areas working with BT. So apart from the fact he's a great guy and has extraordinary insight and energy, and we certainly mean to take best advantage of that.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about revenues and where you see those going. I think you tweeted just after Black Friday, the beginning, of course, to this all-important Christmas period you're talking about. You tweeted that it was a record day.
It was a record day in our company's history.
I mean, this is all very good for revenues, but not so good for profits because you have massively knocked down prices, I think, on the whole, along with other retailers. How do you sell this sort of format to investors?
Yes, no, we are different to other retailers. We absolutely love Black Friday. We start working on it more or less on Black Saturday. And we order, just to give you a sense of the scale of what we do, we order nearly 500,000 TVs for the Christmas period from our suppliers. Now you can imagine, if you know as a supplier that you're going to have an order for 500,000 TVs, you can do a lot to bring your costs down at the point of manufacture. And we benefit from that, and then we pass all of that benefit to customers. We end up doing fine, but the customer ends up getting great deals. And that's the model, that's how it works. And we can do that because we're, enormous.
Mm. In terms of Christmas and how you see the next 6 months or so developing, how has the second half started?
Well, it's difficult for me to talk about the whole of Christmas trading because what we generally do is hold on to our socks and wait until the beginning of January, and then we do a big wash up. But at least Black Friday is behind us, and it was great. Thank God.
Yeah, and 2016, how do you see 2016 evolving, bearing in mind that the synergies presumably from the merger have still yet to mature fully?
Yes.
And also the Sprint joint venture and so forth. What do you see as the 2016 headlines that will develop for Dixons?
Well, I can tell you what I hope for. We hope we'll have a good year this year. As you rightly say, we will be pretty much by the end of the financial year done with all of the decisions, the execution around our synergies, and then we need to let that flow through to a full year of contribution. So we hope to get the benefit of that. We hope to drive our CWS business and get some more customers in through the door. And of course, we're not done yet, improving our retail, making ourselves more competitive and taking share against our competitors. So we hope that 16, 17 will be a great year again.
Whereabouts do you see the biggest growth for the company?
Well, we are very excited about two future growth areas. One is, of course, our CWS business, where we think that there are lots and lots of big companies around the world who want our help in being much more effective, efficient at selling mobile devices, mobile insurance, and a whole bunch of other things. And then the second one is around the whole area of consumer services. We think that is totally fledgling market. We think we're extremely well placed to be in it. We think we're going to come across different competitors in that area, but we think we're going to win.
We haven't spoken about the Internet of Things. I wonder whether this has come up during the point of the interview, but this is something that I think when Dixons and Carphone Warehouse merged, this is all going to bring together this brave new world for everybody where everything talks to each other, all the products that you produce here. How do you see that developing? Is that still a long way off?
Well, no, I think the thing is there's not going to be a morning where you wake up and say, hooray, everything's connected. In fact, what's happening is that people are buying connected devices every single day of their lives. Things that only 5 years ago would have seemed, almost magical are absolutely commonplace today. So for instance, I see you've got this Sonos device here. We are selling tens of thousands of these devices. They are connected music. People now routinely get every song in the world off Spotify, deliver it to any room in their house using Sonos. And it is magical, it is connected, and it's the way the future is going to be. Next year, two of our manufacturers have told us that every single washing machine they make will be connected to the internet, will be available on an app, etc. So it's really coming. It's going to be insidious. We will suddenly notice that everything in our home is connected. And it's, I think, going to be great for us.
And you want to be centre of this?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And we're quite well placed to do that, right? We sell the product, we sell the services, we sell the connectivity. We really understand how these things work together. We think we're in really good shape to be at the heart of it.